Hello.
Hi, George.
You okay?
Yeah, all good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We're a bit later this week.
Yeah, I was going to say changing the schedule. I think the bank holidays were nice, but sort of threw us off a little.
Threw us off.
Well, yeah, I think we sort of decided against recording because of today's subject matter.
Yeah.
We wanted to record sort of
Post.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that would be George's gapping session that he had yesterday.
Yep.
But yeah, so what have we missed? I played golf Easter Sunday. You played Good Friday and Easter Monday, didn't you?
Yep. 2 rounds over the weekend. That was enough. Hurt my back, so.
Yeah. How is that now?
Yeah, it's alright. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit iffy, but I can live with it.
When do you think you'll be playing next?
Next weekend, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. How were the Easter rounds?
Yeah, nice. Just played with my brother on Good Friday, and then played in the Texas Scramble on Easter Monday.
Very nice.
That was good fun.
Yeah.
It's quite fun playing something a bit different.
Yeah, definitely.
Always just playing straight play
We
with a
fancy
table
a Texas Scramble every week, but
No. It does take a little bit longer, but it is good fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Very enjoyable, I'd say.
Nice. And sort of working as a team, something a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I almost got a hole in one Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Wasn't far off.
Yeah.
Just trickled past the hole. Must have missed it by millimetres. But yeah, I played with my brother and we thoroughly enjoyed that.
That's good.
It was good. And then, Easter Sunday, Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
Spieth went and bagged himself a win for the first time since last Easter Sunday.
Yeah. And what's next Easter Sunday?
I believe it's Masters Sunday. So, yeah, get betting on Jordan Spieth early.
Yeah, I think just because of that, I think I will put something on him next year.
Yeah, it's worth a quid, isn't it?
Yeah, something. Nothing too major.
Yeah, but because of that, won't be doing any predictions this week.
No.
Already 2
Halfway
days.
through, yeah.
Yeah, 2 and a bit days in. So yeah, have you watched any this weekend so far? Or?
No, I haven't really, no.
Watched about an hour's, maybe half an hour to an hour's worth Thursday. Watched a bit yesterday. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying Poulter dressing Lowry.
Yeah, I've seen stuff on Instagram and whatever, but I haven't watched any live golf. No. What is the format? Is it alternate shot or is it?
It was yesterday, and is tomorrow, I believe. And then I think it's. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. On the other day, on the Thursday and today, I'm not sure if they take the best score or if they both have to finish the hole and then it's
a combined score.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think it's combined, but
okay.
Not sure. No, the cut was 8 under. So
that's mad, isn't it?
So I'm pretty sure it's combined. So you could.
Mate, 8 under is mental.
Yeah. Or 7 under. Yeah, 7 under in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't watched too much of it, so I'm not 100% sure on the format. But
yeah, I think that'd be interesting. Like I said with the Texas Scramble, it's nice to sort of play different types of golf, but it's also nice to see it as well. Like we said about the match play,
keeps it interesting.
Yeah, it's just something a little different, because with like professional golf, it is just all stroke play, individual stroke play. It can get a bit repetitive,
especially for we're doing this and we watch. You try and watch it every week and whatever.
Yeah,
can get a bit samey.
Yeah, definitely.
All those weeks where some of the bigger names are resting and whatever, you can be disinterested a little bit.
Yeah, it can sort of take you out of it.
Especially if your bets aren't doing well or your predictions aren't doing well.
Exactly.
If you've got no one to root for at the end, it's. But yeah, going back to Jordan Spieth last weekend, I had Varner was one of my predictions. Lowry was up there, one of your predictions.
Yeah.
And then they both couldn't quite get it over the line. And then it's Cantlay and Spieth in a playoff, and I just really wanted Spieth to win.
Yeah,
so,
I do like Spieth. I think he.
I don't even dislike Patrick Cantlay, but yeah, just really was rooting for Jordan Spieth. So that was nice. We celebrated that on
nice.
Easter Sunday. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good. But yeah, let's dive straight into yesterday. I didn't see you too much before you went for your session. So
yeah, so I got a call. I got a call saying it was off because Dan's boy had broken his leg.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I had to take him home and whatever. So he wasn't going to be there. And then he texted me about. So at that point, I decided I was going to the driving range. So I went to the driving range at 1.
Yep.
And then he texted me about 1:45 and said, "Sorry, I couldn't do 2, mate. I'll be back at 3 if you can do that." So I was like, okay, yeah. So driving range, and then went home for a bit, and then went straight back out to the golf course and did my gapping session. So it was quite nice actually because I was sort of warmed up a bit.
Yeah. Was your back alright at the driving range?
Yeah, absolutely fine. It was fine yesterday. Just sort of took a couple of ibuprofens and got on with it. But yeah, I tried not to take anything today, trying to sort of just feel it out. But it's alright. So yeah, and then straight up there. It was more. So when I played Good Friday and the week before that, I was flying greens that I had a good yardage of a club that I knew I could hit that yardage, and I'm flying the green, and it was it was just starting to annoy me a bit. So I thought I'll go and have a proper session. I just bought a new 3-iron as well, so I thought I'll take all 14 clubs minus the putter up, and then we can work out a good gap for all of them. I've decided I'm taking out the 4-iron gapper.
Right, okay. Well, based on the feedback and distances.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's not enough of a gap between that and 5-iron, and I haven't got as much confidence behind the 4-iron. I'm not sure why, but I just haven't been hitting it particularly well recently. So 3-iron will go in place of the 4-iron. So keep the rescue in there for just getting out of situations, being able to keep it low, but getting a good run on it and whatever. Don't have to get sort of amazing contact just to sort of get it out, but get it far down. Especially with the summer coming up, that would be a good one just to have in the bag, just to keep low, but run it out if I'm in a bit of trouble. And yeah, that's now the new bag set up, and sort of started off with just hitting a few wedges and whatever, and then moving up. Sort of, we're flicking through the bag, just not sort of going, let's do a 54 degree, then a 48 degree, then a pitch. It's like, let's grab a 48 degree and we'll work from there. And then did a bit of that, a few shots with that, and then up to a 6-iron, and then down to pitching wedge, and up to 3-iron, and then 8-iron or whatever, and just sort of flicking around the bag randomly.
But you ended up with a distance for every club, or? Yeah,
apart from driver and 3-wood. I sort of know how far I'm hitting my driver at the minute.
Was that because of time?
No, just
not worth it. Or?
It's just not worth it. I think because it's not really the end of the world. If I'm on a hole where I know I'm not gonna need driver, and then I've got distances sort of down from there. And 3-wood again, it's more of a positional club rather than hitting the driver. You just a bit more control with it, so I can hit that.
Yeah, it just would have been interesting to have the.
I did also see on the website it's £15 for an hour's hire of the swing room. So I thought that might be a good thing for us to maybe do, just book it out for a couple of hours or whatever. And
we spoke about that before, didn't we? Or looked at or had ideas about that before. But yeah, no, that'd be good fun.
Yeah.
Supervised or?
I don't know. I assume not.
But a good way of making money on it, making money from it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if there's a spare hour in the day or whatever, no lessons in there or whatever.
So I saw. So it's the pro at Willingdon, wasn't it? That you had your session with, and he posted it on his Instagram story. And what was his wording? It was like
massive gains,
massive
yardage gains.
Yeah. So is that what? So talk me through that, or talk me through the feedback that you got.
Well, like I say, I knew I was flying a lot of greens and whatever, so I knew I was hitting it a lot further than sort of usual. And yeah, it turns out I really am hitting it a lot further than usual. So yeah, it's just good to sort of know the yardages again and sort of have a number for each club. So let's say, for instance, before I was hitting my 8-iron. Sorry, I feel like I'm mucking about. I'm just trying to plug a charger in for the iPad. I was hitting my 8-iron. Say before it was my 145, 150 club.
Yeah.
Now it's like 170.
Okay.
So
And is that
160, 170, sort of in that sort of ballpark.
So where you said these massive yardage gains, were they based on what you thought previously or previous sessions, rather than you started the session yesterday hitting it so far, and then, with a tweak you're now hitting?
No, from before. So I'd had a gap in session before.
Yeah.
And it is yardage gains from that.
Yeah.
Just from where I've just improved. I've just been playing better, playing more.
Were they different clubs, or were they the same clubs?
Same clubs, yeah.
They were I couldn't remember how long ago.
Yeah. So I did it pretty much as soon as I got my new set.
Yeah.
Last year. So yeah, that's
good.
Yeah.
And how did you start off with the 3-iron?
At the driving range, first couple of shots were bad. I'm not going to lie. I sort of grew into it a bit more confidence. I was, I don't know. A little bit more confidence was needed, and I gained it sort of throughout the day. So that was good. I was striking it quite nicely, flying that sort of 230 odd, 220. But then I was also, it's mad. Like my clubs. I mean, before I bought them, I'd watched quite a lot of reviews on them and whatever. And the sort of big thing that was said a lot about the P790s is you can catch one and it absolutely goes like a rocket.
Yeah.
And I hit a 6-iron and I caught it perfect out the middle of the face, absolutely flushed it, and it flew 223 in the air. So hit a 6-iron 223 yards. You're not going to get that every time, obviously, but that is the sort of only downside to the P790s. You can catch one and occasionally just get an absolute rocket.
So what would you play to with that? Would you play to your longest, or would you play to like?
Play to the so a lot of a few of the clubs we've gone for like a window of like this is somewhere between, like my 5-iron somewhere between like 185 and 200, and then the 3-irons somewhere between 200 and 220, 230. Probably not 230 actually, probably 220. But yeah, somewhere like some of them, most of them were like 15-yard gaps. And then we did like 3/4 or a quarter swing with the 54 degree and a half swing with the 54 degree. So it's 100 yards full swing, 75 half swing, 50 quarter swing. And he said, do you ever hit your 60 degree like full shot? And I said, literally never, only ever out of bunkers and like chipping round the greens. He said, yeah, okay, good. He said, you shouldn't be hitting a 60 degree full shot. He said, I'm not gonna lie, you're not good enough. And I was like, yeah, no, fair enough. He said, you'll sit back on it and get it, and then you just get too much height on it, or whatever. He said, you're better off hitting a quarter 54 and really controlling the swing and knowing you're gonna get 50 yards out of it, rather than trying to smash a 60 and get it really high in the air when you just don't need to. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that was a good thing as well. Sort of just going through a few bits like that. But yeah, no, it was just good. It was interesting to see where I'm at. So I'm basically a full club up on what I was sort of about, what was it, 2020 that I bought the clubs, or 2021?
Okay.
Can't remember. When was the match we played against Ryan and Max? Was that last year or the year before? It must have been the year before.
Yeah, that was 2020 now.
Yeah, okay, so I'm a full club up on like maybe 18 months ago.
Okay, nice.
So that's good.
Well, it probably actually was almost 2 years ago, wasn't it? It would have been.
Yeah, I didn't get the gap in session straight away.
Ah, okay.
So I reckon I've had the gap in session about 18 months ago.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think are negatives of that information? So, like for me, for a start, you said that there's a window there, looking at averages and stuff like that. So you've just told me there that the 5-iron is 185 to 200, and then you said, if you flush your 6-iron straight out the middle, it can go 220.
I think that's more my inconsistency.
Well, that's what I mean. So the gap in session, what sort of level do you think it's worth doing to get an accurate reading and then usable data? And
I think personally, any level, really, if you know how far you can hit each club when you hit it well, that's what you need to know, really. I think if you've got that data, then when you're out on the course, it's a completely different game. No one's stood in a swing room with flat grass all the time, just hitting off a mat every time. So I think it is important to have that information. Especially if you're trying to get better, because there's no way you're going to know how far you hit, or you can't just sort of guess it. I don't think it's difficult to sort of guess it and be confident over a shot when you're guessing the yardage or whatever, and then you come up 20 yards short, and then you're like, well, that's an extra club, I should have just clubbed up, or you fly the green and you're like, well, why did I take that club? Why didn't I just use a club down, or whatever? Do you know what I mean? I think it is handy to know.
So then, conditions wise, so is it just one flat mat, one sort of length of artificial grass you're hitting out of and stuff like that?
In the swing room? Yeah. So it's just like a mat. Yeah, so you just hit off one mat. But I think that, it gives you the ideal. If you're in the fairway, effectively this is what it will be. This is what you want to hit, or whatever. So obviously if you're coming out of rough, you have to factor in these things when you're out on the course yourself. If you're coming out of rough, is it sat in the rough, and do you need an extra club because you need to sort of muscle it out a bit? Or
that's it. I mean, there's so many
different factors. Yeah, you're never ever, unless you're on the PGA Tour, you're never going to hit 18 greens in regulation, and say I don't know, more than however many par threes there are, but 15 or 12 fairways. You're never going to hit every fairway and every green in regulation. It's just not going to happen. So it's good to have the information to try and help you get to somewhere close to that, at a point where you're happy with it.
Do you have like wind settings and stuff like that?
Yeah, you can add wind settings.
Yeah. Because I don't know. You look at the wind. When we play, it's like, oh yeah, I can acknowledge it's windy.
Yeah.
But then to make a decision, distance-wise, how much that wind or the
affects,
sort of the air is going to have an effect on it.
I think,
and getting that just for, like you say, confidence is a massive positive of that. Confidence over club selection, and committing then to the shot, is a massive positive. But then it's a bit like the putting and getting a new putter and whatever, and you're practicing with it on a flat surface and whatever, and you think this feels lovely.
Yeah.
But at this level, I don't know anyone who's that good at reading greens.
Oh yeah, you can sort of see where there's a hill or whatever. You are.
Yeah,
you can give it a good go and have an idea of it.
You get a few right and whatever. That's brilliant. But still, to have that not exactly what's going to change there. That's the massive step between even local low handicap to scratch golfers versus successful professionals. It's better, obviously, more assistance with it as well.
I think as well with, like you say, like when you get to the top of the game, that every green is going to be in perfect condition, pretty much. So once you know how to read a green that's perfect, and you're playing on tour, you're going to get that every week. And once you can read one green, you can sort of read.
Well, the attention to detail on the type of grass used and how the ball comes out of that.
Yeah.
How it lands on it and stuff like that. It's just all sorts of things. You can't even imagine like the attention to detail really on each shot as we played and how well they then. And
they'll sort of throw a bit of grass in the air and be like, well, that's moved about. They sort of have an idea of the mile an hour of the wind and how much each club is going to be affected.
I've seen people do it. That plenty of people, plenty of times.
What like when you play them? Yeah, that's gone quick.
Yeah. And then they hit the same shot that they
exactly.
It's like almost expectations that they're trying to manage. But not like making a decision on the shot really.
It's not adding any information. It's just it's windy, and it's coming from that way. It's coming out. It's coming left to right across me.
Yeah, so I'll aim a bit the other way.
I'll aim a little bit left then, just so I can ride the wind. No one's ever. I'm going to hit a big hook into the wind and hold it up against it. It's never like that. Or I hit a slice here, so I'm going to aim a little bit further left because then I know the ball slice and also sort of go with the wind. Or I hit a hook, so I'll aim more. I'll aim a little bit more out to the right just so I can really feed it back in or whatever. I play it with the wind. It's all down to.
Yeah. So your message coming out of that, obviously you've had the last one, but it's what positives, track your improvements.
Yes, yeah.
For a start, confidence on shot and club selection. How much does it cost?
£25, I think it was.
Yeah. So the cost of a round, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
For a non-member or
someone playing with a member, it's not particularly high. It's not.
No.
You're not paying hundreds of pounds for it.
Did he tweak anything at all?
Well, just
offer any advice.
Yeah, just slow down. Stop, because I was sort of coming out of shots quickly or whatever. He said, it does get a bit disorientating in here when you're just hitting shot after shot after shot.
Yeah.
He said, you want to take a bit of time in between shots. Slow everything down a bit. Really rotate through the ball, because at first I was doing it and he said, I've seen you do it because you were doing it about 10 minutes ago, but you're just hitting ball after ball after ball after ball. You do get a bit. Well, and I'm sweating as well. At what point when you're actually playing, you never just hit ball. Do you know what I mean? It never happens on the course or anything. I'm in a jumper and whatever. I'm sweating.
How long was it? An hour?
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes.
Okay.
They book it out for an hour, but.
Would you have preferred it if it was maybe 2 hours and then you do sort of take your time between sort of things and really sort of.
I think what would be really good. I think a lesson / session sort of like that. Problem is with a lesson, you're really working at a specific thing, and then you've got to work on that to improve it to get the distance or whatever. So it is difficult, but yeah, I think I've had a couple of lessons in the past before or whatever. So I think I've sort of thought about them a lot. I'm not even going to lie, watching more golf and watching what golfers do has almost taught me, that's what they do there, that's what, I need to really think about that. And when I came second in the competition a couple of weeks ago, I'm Masters week and I'm thinking, that's how they're doing that. Let me try and do a bit of that when I go out on the course, and it does work. So I was talking to Jordan a few weeks ago when we played. And I think there's only a certain level. Or was it on the podcast? I think even I said, there's only a certain level I think you can get to when we're all effectively self-taught.
Yeah.
We don't know enough
some people have more natural ability.
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
power and stuff like that, but yeah, sometimes
It's weird because I've like before the last year or whatever, I'd never had a lesson in my life, or 18 months or whatever. So I think I'd done all right up until then. The fact that I could, get it around a golf course, an 18-hole golf course, and be able to play competently enough. So I was pretty happy with that, and then you do move on from there. You have to you get a few lessons. You do learn a little bit more about how each thing works. I do genuinely think I've got a better mind than ability. I think I know more about a golf swing. I think I understand the mechanics of it better than I can actually execute it.
Yeah. There's some people that just go out there and just hack about. And actually, their performance might actually be better than knowing what they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Nice swing and whatever.
It's just all about a lot of things is about feel.
Yeah. I was going to say the thing is, anyone can swing a stick at a ball and make it move.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about knowing or having that knowledge to what's not going to injure yourself for stuff. Yeah. To direction and stuff like it's crazy. But it sounds like it's worth doing for anyone. It's sort of it's knowledge that you need if you want to improve and stuff like that. How do you think you'll have another one in 18 months to 2 years time and sort of that
progression again?
Time?
I think at the minute I think I'm hitting my clubs far enough. I don't want any more distance out of each club. Sort of, I think I'm at the max that I'd want distance-wise from each club. Because I think if I do sort of get any further, then it just becomes silly. And I'm hitting an 8-iron or what did I say, 170. If I'm hitting an 8-iron 190, it just gets ridiculous then. But then there's not enough gap down the bottom of the bag. I'm hitting a sand wedge. 140 yards. Well, what's the point?
How many wedges do you have at the?
Just 3 and the pitching wedge.
3 and pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So microphone's falling apart. Same as me.
Yeah.
But
lob sand.
At the top.
Gap. What have you got? You got 3 wood, 5 wood, 2 iron.
7 wood.
7 wood, 2 iron.
2 iron.
5.
And then
5 to a pitch wedge.
Yeah, it's now. Yeah. Only because I've got 2 hybrids. I've got 4 iron.
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah.
But just not in the bag.
Not in the bag at the minute.
And then looking to get a driver, obviously.
I'll tell you what. When I went to Lockbridge, I did see a couple of good-ish, sort of good enough drivers, around sort of 70 quid or whatever.
Yeah. I'll have a look.
I think it's just going to take a bit of time. Have a look on Facebook, have a look on eBay, just sort of keep your eye out.
The one. I'm not seeing as many nice and cheap deals on eBay as much as I was a couple of years ago.
I think I got lucky with that 3 iron. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you've done well with that.
Yeah.
And to win.
The first bid.
Yeah. With a few days to spare.
Yeah.
Sort of jealous. I should have come in. But yeah, no, good stuff.
Imagine if you had 2 iron, 3 iron, 4 iron, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all in the bag at one point.
It's alright if I'm playing Bayview.
Yeah.
Not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, to be fair, around some courses, you're probably better off having.
Do you think that's what you'll do with the gapper? Keep it and then it's there.
Yeah, I don't think I'll sell it.
Good for
if it starts collecting dust, then I might think about it. But I think for now,
it's like we said about confidence. If you're not feeling confident with a specific club, then you just change it. Or if you're playing a course where you don't need your driver, just swap them out and whatever. It's good to have. That's why I quite like having I've only 17 clubs. Hopefully soon to be 18. It's sort of nice just to change in and out if I'm not hitting something particularly well, or I had a bad back the other week when we were playing, and it's like, I'll just use my longer clubs and try not to swing anything
too hard.
Yeah, and still, still enjoying it, but just not absolutely whacking the ball.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, it's good fun. I look forward to being out there. But yeah, I think we'll have a quick look ahead to the next episode.
Yeah.
We should have another guest.
We certainly should do. Yeah.
So that'll be good fun. Someone who's probably played more golf in America than the UK in the last 5 years. 10 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to speak to him on.
Speak to him next week, and then probably be out later in the week. Give it a bit of time between these two.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This.
But yes. Yeah.
Yeah, this has been good.
Yeah. Yeah. I've enjoyed that.
I like it. Got another bank holiday weekend.
Yeah. Next week.
A week's time. So, do you say you're playing?
Playing Saturday at the minute. What are you doing after? We're working on the Monday. We can do this admin after.
Yeah. But I was going to say, just to drop some housekeeping stuff in, after the next episode or two, might be a little bit of a break, just where
you're away.
I'm away. You're not at work, so I'm assuming you're not particularly free. But
what have we got? We've got an episode next week. Probably have an episode the week after that, and then we'll probably take a week off.
Yeah.
And then probably back for another week or two. And then, I'm off and then you're off for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because when I get back, the weekend I get back, FA Cup final. If you remember last year, I was quite miserable for a while after the FA Cup final, so it could be the same this year. Might not be seen till about October, but...
so let's play it by ear through May and the beginning of June, but, mid sort of June time, we should be back in full swing again. Nothing really going on after that.
Yes, indeed.
But we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Nice one.
You got us for a bit.
See you later.
See you.
Golf Base.
We work there.
We do.
We have a shop.
We do.
We sell golf clothing and accessories and golf balls and clubs.
Number one apparel.
Trolleys. Yeah.
Number one in apparel.
We got some deals on at the minute.
In-store deals.
10% off when you purchase 3 or more polo shirts.
And 10% off when you purchase 2 or more shorts or trousers.
20% off when you buy 24 or more Titleist golf balls.
And if you're not local, our discount code PLUGGED5 is still available on the website for any orders over £30. And if you're signed into a Golf Base account.
I think that's a ruddy good deal.